Hello, diecast fans, and welcome to a brand new episode of Jim's magnificent miniature motor cars and to part 2 of Zero Heroes, my collection of Hot Wheels produced zero emission cars. Of course, not actual cars. Now, seeing as how we're talking about Hot Wheels, allow me to pose a question to you. Suppose you had the license to produce Ferraris, but then one day you lost it to a competitor. What would you do? Well, as it turns out, Hot Wheels came up with a pretty clever solution. They simply approached the folks who designed the Ferraris. Because as it so happens, they actually made a car of their own. I am presenting to you the Automobili Pininfarina Battista, the next generation EV hypercar produced by Pininfarina, better known to car nuts as the folks who designed most of Ferrari's catalog over the last 60 to 70 years. Yup. And they decided to come up with their own car. So let's get on with the unboxing, shall we? So as you folks can see, the Pininfarina Battista looks very much like the Ferraris it used to design for Hot Wheels. In fact, it even has a tinge of a Ferrari that it didn't design. Okay, it looks a little bit like the LaFerrari, but make no mistake, folks, this is Italian coach building at its finest. Oh yes. Now, how do I feel about this Hot Wheels model? Well, before all of that, let's have a look at the actual Pininfarina Battista, shall we? See how the car compares. Let's have a look at this model. Now, all right. I honestly like the bodywork. I like this little carbon fiber work here in the front. Okay, I like the black dot roof. I like the fact that they're little side mirrors. But here's the thing. I don't think this is a launch car. For some reason, Hot Wheels went with some really weird, really busy decos here, and they don't quite agree with me. Yeah, I don't know if this comes from some variant of the real car, but geez, Hot Wheels, I'm not a fan. Ugh, look at that, really busy, really chaotic decos here. Nor, for that matter, am I a fan of these PR5s. I don't know if I've said this. Maybe I said it in my unboxing of the Nissan Z, but I am not a fan of PR5s. I honestly think they look kind of cheap, especially when you put them next to the double tens of Matchbox. Okay, so yeah, seems pretty harsh, but the point I'm trying to make is that this is a car that has a lot of potential. I mean, I could see this dressed up as a car culture special. It'd look amazing. But as it is, with these kind of weird decos and these PR5s, I'm not a fan. Like, as I have said in my other videos, decos matter, as does the choice of wheels. So for this particular iteration of the Pininfarina Battista, I am gonna have to saddle Hot Wheels, or I'm gonna have to saddle this Hot Wheels model with a 7. Yeah, this is a car that has a lot of potential. Honestly, look at it. Oh, look at that. No taillights. Sheesh. But yeah, this is a car which, given proper decos, could look great. As it is, it just looks really okay. And that's it for part 2. That's it for part 2 of Zero Heroes. So the first car out the gate was something I loved. This is something I just kind of like. Let's see what the next episode brings.